Hi, and welcome to Terry Travels, and I'm doing murals this time. The murals in my local area in Wyndham City, which I think are pretty damn good. As you can see, I'm walking down an alley at the moment, and the sun's getting blocked, so I'll walk over here a bit. First one I'm going to take you to is near Hoppers Crossing Station, and it's a banger. A truly epic mural depicting Werribee Zoo, which is just down the road a bit. And we're almost there, and here it is. Check this one out. Beautifully airbrushed mural. You have meerkats and giraffes, a hippo, and there are hippos at Werribee Zoo, kangaroos and emus, a rhinoceros and sulphur-crested cockatoos, which are local. Clowns, not so much. Don't get too many clowns at the zoo, except on weekends. And a meerkat feeding pizza to a hippo. Plus, meerkats celebrating a birthday. It's a beautiful little mural, wonderfully produced, and cute as hell. Beautiful style. Everything here is just 100% lovely. I'm going to go down the other end of the shopping strip because there's another one on the other side of the building. This is Wyndham Village. Lots of little shops around. The ubiquitous roast chicken place. Cafe Jock and Max, which is pretty good. A Subway for some reason. Accountants. This used to be a video shop in better days. Classic Chinese restaurant, a laundromat, an Indian restaurant, an Indian grocery store, a kebab joint up here. Just marvellous stuff. A beauty salon. Soon to be a pizza joint, a fish and chip shop, and a cafe bakery. And over here you'll see the recently renovated Hoppers Crossing Station. And then we get around the other side, and there's another mural. Check this one out. This one is terrific. A little kid surrounded by flowers that goes all the way down to the end of the building, including, it says Hoppers Junction, there's your hashtag, Hoppers Junction mural. Terrific. I mean, this would have just been a plain old brick wall back in the day, but now it's become a work of art and a thing of beauty. It really does liven and brighten things up. So now I'm going to take you somewhere else. We're going to see some more murals and just appreciate how much value these things add to an otherwise very mundane urban area. This little row of 4 shops is pretty cool. Not because of the shops. You've got a pizza place, you have a kind of general food store here, you have a hairdresser, an auto parts place, and a fish and chip shop. All which is kind of ordinary. And you also have that most wonderful of old artifacts. A functioning public phone. But then you have this, the most magnificent rock and roll style mural, which I totally love. This one is a banger. Got an old car, you got a seafood sign, you got a pin-up chick, a man delivering pizza, and a very American style milk bar scene. According to the signature on this is by @the Image Maker. And this one I love totally. It may be my favorite mural in the area. It's just magnificently done. It's bold, it's large scale, and it just works. 100% it just works. And I'm going to walk past it again because I can. I love it so much. Totally unexpected. And as you might see, it's so wonderful that the taggers haven't touched it. And it's by more than one artist too, because if I look down here, the other tag is for Duke Grimo. And then we phase to some very worn out tiling. It's just magnificent. I love it. It works. It brightens up the neighbourhood. And that's part of the point of these large scale murals. This one's in a small shopping strip just north of Werribee city centre. Again, I just love it. So here we are just off Watson Street, the main drag of Werribee. And I'm moving down an alley. I'm going to frame that out until I show it to you. And if you look down here, there's a path that leads down to the local park, which is beautiful. Australian Bushland Park. Fantastic. And I like it. And there is a thing called the Lid Festival, which is going to be there later this month, and I will be filming it for this channel. But if you look over here, more street arts. Little shop front looking street art. I'll move back a bit. Yes, there's some rubbish down here from the place behind me, which is being renovated. But yeah, it goes all the way along, looking like little house fronts painted onto the brick wall of a Vietnamese pho bar, which is very, very cool. Lovely street art. This one's been here for a number of years. It does have seating down here so people just sit and enjoy it. And there's also a QR code so people can find out about the artists. I'll just freeze on that so that you can check it out. You can do the walking tour if you're wandering around here. This one's quaint and nice and just something a little surprising in the main drag of Werribee, which once upon a time was a country town but is now more of a suburban centre. And then outside the commercial hotel, and every town has a place called the commercial hotel, are the Gumnut People sculptures in bronze, showing the Gumnut People shopping. It's still the Gumnut People because they've got gum nuts on their heads. And there's a gumnut busker here with a piano accordion, which is very cool. Lovely piece of art. The faces are wonderful on this, and people have enhanced them by the look of it. They're just a little whimsical piece of street art, which just works. There's another one around a bit further up that I'll show you as well. So let's go up to that. Okay, we'll cross the road here, and we will find the happiest sculptures in Wyndham, bar none. And they're right here, the dancing platypuses, which are just beautiful and wonderful and joyous because the Werribee River, our local river here, has platypi in it. Hopefully for a very long time, because they've been here for a very long time. But their habitats are often endangered. So there's a lot of people working to keep the platypus population going. This one's got Japanese characters on its kiss. And they're holding hands, which is very sweet. Now, there's one more sculpture in this area. I may have misspoken. It's not a sculpture, it's a mural that I'm going to show you. And we have to go down here, past the local war memorial, And all Australian towns have one of these, unfortunately. I'm going down past the park, which is the best pub in town for pub meals. All these plane trees around here. They're all going to drop their leaves in a month as autumn hits. But that's the way it goes. You can already see the leaves starting to fall, even though it's 28 degrees at the moment. Down past the new grocery store. Little small mural there. Past cash converters. The railway station's down there, by the way. We got this. A lane of murals, which is very, very cool, and I'll show it to you in a moment. There's the peak. The wind's starting to pick up because we're going to get thunderstorms today, which is going to be a joy. But here it is. Kind of Indian motif on this next bit. And some flowers. Someone's done a bit of stencil art there. And there's this woman. Beautiful. It's unexpected too. It's interstitial in the liminal spaces around Werribee. Okay, I've left the biggest two of the murals for last. You build up to a climax in this kind of stuff. And this one is maybe the tallest, but the last two of these reflect different aspects of the history of the area. And this one is the Tower Art Community Art Digital Pure project of a water tower. Now, this is a disused water tower which was built in 1914, and the mural depicts the agricultural history of the area. You got people growing cabbages there because cabbages are one of the main things that the market garden areas around here grow. And it's massive. I'm going to get a bit closer just to show you how large it is. This is a massive mural. There are projects like this all over Victoria on wheat silos, and I should do a silo tour when I get a bit of money and just show that. And there's a platypus here in the Werribee River because the platypus is one of the native creatures around here. I'm going to go around the back side of it as well, just climbing through the grass. Yeah, it feels massive just to be next to this and to almost stumble over it. But there's the back side of it. And the tower's up there. And it's off in a side street. It's actually a place called Tower Road, which is named after the tower. And it's, yeah, like I said, it's big. There's one of the local frogs. And there's a gum tree. And down here they have one of the water wheels that used to power the water supplies to the agricultural areas in Werribee South. Fantastically large mural. And there's the artist. It's one of the biggest frogs I've seen. So from there we're going to go just down the road a little bit, or the biggest mural in town. That's what the tower used to look like before they prettied it up. And the tower was there basically to give enough water pressure for the Werribee township. Water got pumped into the tower and it gave enough pressure for water to reach all of the houses in the area. It took 40 days to do the mural. The tower height is 18 meters. And if you don't speak metric, you get that off yourself. And it was finished 5 years ago and took 180 litres of paint. So now let's go to the biggest mural in town. A mural which depicts the creator of the universe. And it ain't who you think. Yeah, we're here now, and this is the biggest mural in town, bar nothing. This is Bunjil. There is Bunjil. Let's just zoom in there. Bunjil is the creator myth of the indigenous peoples of Victoria. He's a wedge-tailed eagle, and he's much more than that. This artwork on the Hunter buildings by an artist called Tom Day, and it also depicts, apart from Bunjil herself, it's a map of the lands of the Bunurong and Bunurong people. Bunjil dates back to the last ice age. There are myths about Bunjil, stories about Bunjil, that date back to the last ice age. He predates Christianity by a fair whack. And this artwork just looms over the western aspect of Werribee. It's a beautiful piece of Indigenous art. It's magnificent, it's bold. There's nothing like it in the city of Melbourne. In a part of Melbourne that people often disregard. It's a magnificent piece of work, beautifully done, incredible to look at. And every time I go past, I just love having Bunjil looking over Werribee and looking over the City of Wyndham. And just being there is a comfort in a really weird way. So there we go. We've got all of the murals. There may be more. In fact, I know of at least one more. And if you know of any murals that I've missed in the City of Wyndham, let me know. I'm happy to do more of this kind of stuff. Usual things. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, leave a comment, hit the notification bell. You can support me on Patreon, on patreon.com/cherrydogsmovies. I'll be back next week with another video, and until then, travel safely.